Hey everyone, this is Alex from engVid. Should you worry about accent reduction? This is a question I want to help you answer today and a conversation I want to begin with you. So before I start, I want to make it clear accents are a regular part of language, not just English, any language. But within English itself, there is, a Canadian accent, an American accent, a Scottish accent, an Australian accent. In countries where English is an official language, you still have accent variety in those countries. In addition to that, we also have German English or French English or Indian English, for example, depending on where you travel in the world. And an accent gives your English a particular sound, a particular flavor, and accent is about the intonation and the rhythm of your speech and sometimes the tone of your speech as well. Now, where some students get confused is they confuse accent with pronunciation. So let me be clear, focus on your pronunciation. Always try to improve your pronunciation, 100%. So for example, if you are saying the word down, the direction down, and you're pronouncing it as dawn, that's a big problem because those are two different words. So make sure that you are always working on your pronunciation, while your accent is something that you will probably acquire naturally anyway, depending on where you're from and how long you've been learning the language. So there are three things you need to consider. Number one, where do you live? Number two, what do you do? And number three, what level of discomfort are you comfortable with? So number one, where do you live? If you live in a country where people have the same accent as you do when they speak English, you probably don't need accent reduction classes because you already fit into the community. It's totally fine. Number two, this can be linked with number one, but what do you do? Now, if you have a job, for example, in Canada or the United States, where the clients that are going to be calling you, if you work in emergency services, for example, and you take emergency phone calls, they need to be able to understand you, and maybe they are familiar with a standard American English accent or a standard Canadian English accent, whatever that means. It's usually, the English that you hear in government commercials. Okay, so that's the standard American or standard Canadian. In those cases, you might want to consider accent reduction courses because if a person's life is on the line, I know it's a very extreme example, but in some jobs, it's important for your clients to be able to understand you. So know who you're working with. And if they have, a prejudice or maybe a lack of familiarity with your particular accent, it could be difficult. It could create a conflict in the conversation. And number three, this relates to what I just said. What level of discomfort are you comfortable with? So depending on where you live, people sometimes are not nice. Okay, so some people, they don't have a tolerance for anything that sounds quote unquote foreign. And in those cases, you need to make a choice. You need to say, you know what? I can understand what I'm saying. Most people can understand what I'm saying, but this jerk over here, he is trying to make a big deal out of it, or he's trying to make me feel like I don't fit into the community. Forget him. They're probably not important. And the other thing in that case, if you do feel self-conscious, like I feel self-conscious when I, go to a grocery store in Montreal, or, where I live in Quebec, and they don't understand me 100%, or they understand me, but they can tell that I have like an English-French accent. So if I say, for example, un sac s'il vous plaît, okay, like that means a bag, please. And it should be like un sac s'il vous plaît. Okay, like it should be similar to that accent. They can tell that, I'm not originally grown up and speaking French. But it's okay. I have an English, French, English accent when I speak French, and I'm okay with it. I'm fine with the level of discomfort when I visit a public place. And you need to make a similar decision if you are considering accent reduction classes. So just to recap, definitely always focus on your pronunciation. Don't worry about your accent too much because it adds flair, it adds flavor to the language that you are speaking. When I grew up, I heard Portuguese English, Italian English, Indian English. I understood everybody as a kid, okay? I still understand everybody because if you have the pronunciation is accurate, the accent just adds a different rhythm, a different intonation to the language. So let me give you an example. Like if I say, where is the park? Okay, so this is like I'm speaking right now in my standard Canadian English accent versus if I'm speaking like Italian English, the intonation would be different. So it would be like, right? Because you bring your own intonation to the language you're learning. And learning a language, you have to relearn a melody. It's like learning a different song. It's like going from hip hop to rock music or to something else like that. Okay. So you have to think of your accent as, you know what? I'm not speaking hip hop, but I'm speaking rock. You get the analogy, right? It's kind of like that. You can still understand what someone is saying in a rap song versus a rock song, but the rhythm is different. The intonation is different. The accent is different. So I hope that I have, put your fears at ease a little bit in this video. Keep practicing your pronunciation. Think about accent reduction if you are going to be working in an important job where it is essential that your clients, understand you 100%. And that is also related to where you live. Okay. So if your clients also have your regional accent, don't worry about it. Okay. That's it. That's all I have to say for today, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, check out the quiz on engvid.com, along with the thousands of videos that we have on our website. And donate if you can. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate your support always. Until next time, thanks for clicking. I'll see you in the next one.